You all to our PVM e-learning channel, and as you know that we have been going through the lesson Mrs. Addis. In the beginning we learned about the setting of the story of the chapter where the story is happening. We learned that the story is taking place into the deep forest, and where the silence is prevailing, the dead silence is there, okay, the pin drop silence is there, and you can easily get to know about the other things happening. Even if something is happening, you can easily hear, right? Yes, good morning students. Yes, Jigyasa Chaudhary. Sorry. So we were at page number, I think page number 45. Am I right? I think we were at page number 45. We had started with the lesson. Mrs. Addis. So let's start with the lesson. And in the beginning, when we started, we had discussed about the quality of forgiveness. If you have this quality, everything becomes very easy for all of us, if we have the quality of forgiveness, right? We had in the beginning also discussed about the two words forget and forgiveness, right? So forgiveness, what is forgiveness? When someone, right, you care, and the same person whom you love a lot, if the same person hurts you, we feel completely broken in hearts, right, in our heart. So this happens generally. But what the things would be there to give you the comfort, that is the kind of the technique, the kind of the way you will have, that is forgiveness. So with this we are going to start in this lesson. So let's go to the lesson. We were at page number 45. I think the character, right, his name is Peter Crouch, right? Come to the page number 45. Students, come to the page number 45, and let's see what happens here in the case of the character who has got to the forest, and now is at the cottage of Mrs. Addis, right? His name is Peter Crouch. So when he got to the place, he did not knock at the door, and he simply entered, right, the cottage. So let's start from here, page number 45. Here in the lesson we learn that, "What, you, Peter Crouch?" she said. "I didn't hear you knock." "Oh, I didn't knock, ma'am. I didn't want anybody to hear." So something is serious, as we learn that this man, okay, had committed something wrong. So what was it that we are going to learn now? आता पीटर क्रॉच विषयी आपण माहिती घेणार आहोत की कोण आहे हा. याआधी आपण पोचिंग म्हणजे काय, चोरी करणे, जे लाईव्हस्टॉक जे चोरी होतात, ओके, शेतातनं किंवा कुठल्या एक प्रायव्हेट प्रॉपर्टीतनं कोणी काही उचलून नेत असेल त्याला पोचिंग असं नाव दिलं आहे. व्हेन यू इलिगली एंटर into the premises or into the area and stealing away something, and especially the livestock, that is called poaching. We had learned about this word poaching. म्हणजे इलिगली जर तुम्ही काही चोरी करत असणार, तर त्याला पोचिंग असं म्हणतात. स्पेशली जनावरांच्या बाबतीत जर तुम्ही हंटिंग करत असाल, चोरी करत असाल कसल्या बाबतीत, तर त्याला पोचिंग असं नाव, द वर्ड इज यूज फॉर दॅट इज पोचिंग. तर असं करत असताना, चोरी करत असताना काहीतरी विपरीत या व्यक्तीकडनं घडलं आहे, त्याविषयी आपण माहिती घेत आहोत. I didn't knock, ma'am. I didn't want anybody to hear. Why didn't he want anybody to hear? Because he had committed something wrong. त्याने काहीतरी चूक घडली होती त्याच्या हातून, म्हणून कोणाला आवाज न जावा, कोणाला त्याची माहिती न व्हावी, म्हणून पीटर क्रॉच आता है ना त्या दाराशी येऊन पोचला आहे. I am in trouble. His hands were shaking a little. What have you done? त्याने कल्पना दिली की माझ्याकडनं एक मोठी चूक झाली आहे, राईट, गुन्हा झाला आहे आणि त्यामुळे मी आपल्या दाराशी आलो आहे, असं त्याने मिसेस ॲडिसला सांगितलं, राईट. व्हॉट हॅव यू डन? काय झालं आहे? I shot a man. See, I shot a man, Mrs. Addis. You? Yes, I shot him. Means, shot is here, right? He had killed someone with a gun, right? Right? The act of firing a gun. And you killed him? Oh, I don't know, right? But the confusion is there that when he shot the man, right, he was not sure about it, okay, whether the man, right, had lost his life or not, right, whether the man was dead or not, right, that is not confirmed. जेव्हा त्याने त्या व्यक्तीला गोळी घातली, समोरच्या व्यक्तीला, आता गोळी का घातली? Why did he kill the man? Okay, why did he shoot the person? ओके, दॅट इज नॉट क्लिअर हेअर. आता त्या व्यक्तीला त्याने, समोरच्या व्यक्तीला गोळी का घातली आणि तो व्यक्ती, कोणाला गोळी लागली हे सुद्धा माहीत नाही, तो व्यक्ती मेला आहे की नाही ते सुद्धा माहीत नाही. ओके, बट डेफिनेटली ही हॅड कमिटेड रॉंग थिंग, राईट, अँड दॅट्स वाय ही वॉज स्केअर्ड अबाउट इट. आणि त्यामुळे त्याच्या मनात ती भीती होती की काहीतरी चुकीचं घडलं आणि तो तिथून आहे ना पळ काढणार होता. तर I don't know. For a moment, there was silence in the small, stuffy kitchen. Okay, why stuffy kitchen? Because the kitchen was very congested. Okay, the little space was left, right? And that's why the unpleasant atmosphere had been created, because it was closed. Okay, right? And there was the space for the air, right, or the fresh air to come inside the cottage. So it was very stuffy kitchen, right, unpleasant and warm, and there is not enough fresh air. Okay, the place where is actually we don't get the fresh air. That's why the kitchen was very stuffy, right? And then the kettle boiled over and Mrs. Addis mechanically put it at the side of the fire. She put it at the side of the fire. Okay, she take it off. तिने ते जे काही शिजवण्यासाठी काहीतरी चुलीवर ठेवलं असेल, ओके, ते सर्व उतरवलं आणि पुन्हा she started talking to him. She was a small, thin woman with a brown, hard face, on which the skin had dried in innumerable small, hair-like wrinkles. And see, she was an old lady, and her face was completely filled with crisscross, the wrinkles, सुरकत्या ज्या येतात, right? That is the sign of old age. आणि या म्हातारीच्या मिसेस ॲडिसच्या चेहऱ्यावर सुद्धा खूप साऱ्या अशा सुरकत्या म्हणता येईल, रिंकल्स म्हणता येईल, द साइन ऑफ ओल्ड एज म्हणता येईल. म्हातारपणाचं ते सर्व तो चेहरापट्टी दिसत होता. आणि खास करून वाय दॅट शोज द हार्श लाईफ दॅट शी वॉज गोईंग थ्रू, राईट. तिथलं त्या जंगलातलं ते जगणं काय सोपं असं नव्हतं. खूप काबाड कष्ट करून ओके मेहनत करून त्यांना जीवन काढणारी ही स्त्री. दॅट्स वाय द रायटर हॅज डिस्क्राइब्ड द कॅरेक्टर of Mrs. Addis that she was a small, okay, thin woman with a brown, hard face that shows, the reality of life, that how she is, facing the challenges and difficulties in her life, okay, right? And she was probably not more than 42, her age, okay, she was above 42, and but life treats some women hard in the agricultural districts of Sussex, and Mrs. Addis' life had been harder than most. See, Mrs. Addis' life had been, most difficult, right? Had been harder than most. Means comparing to other women, okay, the people living in the area, Mrs. Addis, right, was really working hard, okay, right? And through this we come to know that yes, she was the real example of, the working class people, right? How she had suffered a lot, how she was working hard, okay, to earn her, okay, the livelihood, राईट. ते जगणं तिचं ते किती कठीण होतं, तिचं ते किती मेहनतीने घेतलं होतं आपला तो छोटंसं ते घर चालवण्यासाठी, तो संसार चालवण्यासाठी, ओके. अँड व्हॉट डू यू वॉन्ट मी टू डू फॉर यू पीटर क्रॉच, तिने सहज विचारलं, व्हॉट डू यू वॉन्ट फ्रॉम मी, हाऊ कॅन आय हेल्प यू. शी सेड अ लिटल सोरली, राईट. And she talked to him unfriendly way because she was not showing her interest in the matter, okay, and having any sympathy in the beginning, okay, toward this man. तिला या व्यक्तीशी काही जास्त घेणं देणं नव्हतं because she knew him personally. तिला माहित होतं हा व्यक्ती, okay, Peter Crouch was not a good man, okay. She knew this well, and that's why in the beginning, or from the beginning, she was, okay, unfriendly towards him. She did not, show any respect or interest in the matter or for the person. तर तिची काही त्या व्यक्तीविषयी काही खास असं आपुलकी नव्हती किंवा त्याच्याविषयी जाणण्याची काही इच्छा नव्हती. तिने फक्त सांगितलं, व्हॉट कॅन आय डू फॉर यू, व्हॉट डू एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम मी नाव, आता माझ्याकडून तुझं काय अपेक्षा आहे, काय करावं मी. सो लेट मी स्टे हिअर अ बीट. Is there nowhere you can put me till they have gone? See, now they have gone, so the word they means who are these people? This Peter Crouch talked to the lady that would you offer me shelter for a while, थोड्या वेळेसाठी का असेना की मला आश्रय मिळेल का तुमचा त्या छोट्याशा या कॉटेजमध्ये, ओके, टिल द टाइम दे हॅव गॉन फार अवे, ओके, थोड्या वेळेपुरता की जोपर्यंत ते लोक दूर जात नाही किंवा दूर गेलेले असणार, ओके. मीन्स somebody is there, okay, the people, actually the group of people, they were running after this Peter Crouch. They were trying to, catch him, राईट. याने काहीतरी गुन्हा केला होता आणि त्यामुळेच काही लोक पीटर क्रॉचच्या मागे, ओके, त्याला पकडण्यासाठी लागली होती. अँड दॅट्स वाय ही वॉज, ट्राईंग टू हाईड, ओके, ऑर रिक्वेस्टिंग मिसेस ॲडिस to allow him to stay there for a while so that he can protect himself, so that he can hide from these other people. लोकांपासून वाचण्यासाठी, स्वतःला लपवून घेण्यासाठी, ओके, तो मिसेस ॲडिसची मदत घ्यायला आला होता. who is there, right? कोण लोक? the keepers, underline the word keepers. Who are these keepers, right? The keepers, right, the people who guard, right, the people who guard or look after something, the people who guard or look after something. अशी लोक ज्यांना खरं तर पाळत ठेवण्यासाठी, गार्ड आहे ना, they are, right, they are guards, they keep watch on something, दे लुक आफ्टर समथिंग. त्यांना कुठल्या तरी गोष्टीवर लक्ष ठेवण्यासाठी, ओके, गार्ड करण्यासाठी ठेवलेलं असतं. ओके, आपण गार्ड्स वगैरे असतात आपल्या दाराशी, लाईक दॅट. ओके, सो द पीपल वर आफ्टर हिम. तर ते लोक याला पकडण्यासाठी आली होती, शोधण्यासाठी आली होती, त्यांच्यापासून हा पळत होता. असं काय घडलं असावं? what had actually happened between him and other people? याच्यात आणि इतर लोकांमध्ये काय असं घडलं होतं त्याच्याविषयीची, ओके, आपण आता जाणणार आहोत. येस. ओ, you have had a quarrel with the keepers, have you? Right? Did you have quarrel with them? You quarrel with the people, right? तुझं झगडं काही झालंय का? काही भांडण झालंय का? Yes, I was down by cinder wood, seeing if I could pick up anything, and the keepers found me. There were 4 to 1. See, underline, they were, right? There were 4 to 1, so I used my gun. See, in the beginning only we come to know, right? He had shot a man. त्याने ऑलरेडी एका व्यक्तीला है ना गोळी मारली होती. राईट, he had fired the gun. Right? So this is how we come to know here. Right? He was at this cinder wood, and what was he doing there? He was looking for to pick up something. What is that pick up? He wanted to steal away something. तो त्याचं चोरीच्या उद्देशाने, ओके, त्या सिंडर वूड, त्या फॉरेस्टच्या त्या एरियामध्ये गेला होता. राईट, देअर ही वॉन्टेड टू पिक अप समथिंग, टू स्टील अवे समथिंग फ्रॉम द फॉरेस्ट. And there the keepers, those were the guards, the people found him stealing away, something, or the kind of livestock from the forest. And here in the case, right, the people were more compared to the person Peter Crouch, right, and he had no other way to handle this matter, so he shot, right, a man, right, and that's why the matter was completely was spoiled, let's say, according to him, right. आणि त्याचं असं म्हणणं आहे की ते खूप लोक होती, 4 असतील 5 असतील, आणि हा पडला एकटा. राईट, फॉर दॅट रिझन ही हॅड टू यूज हिज गन. राईट, अँड दिस इज हाऊ नाव ही हॅड टू रन अवे फ्रॉम द प्लेस. अँड नाव ही इज ॲट मिसेस ॲडिस डोअर टू सीक फॉर सम हेल्प फ्रॉम हर. ओके, आणि आता मिसेस ॲडिसकडनं त्याला मदत हवी आहे, आणि या उद्देशाने तो तिच्या दारी आला आहे. देन आय रन फॉर इट. They are after me, they can't be far off now. And see, I am here, they can't be far off now. Okay, they would be just nearby here. Right, तिथं जवळपास ते कुठे असणार आहेत, आणि त्यामुळे मला आता लपण्याशिवाय पर्याय नाही, because they can easily find me out in this forest. So can I get help from you? काही मदत मिळेल का तुमच्याकडून? Okay, Mrs. Addis did not speak for a moment. Crouch looked at her beseechingly, okay, means appealingly, means pleadingly, requesting her, helping, okay, expecting help from her, expecting, right, there was a kind of appealing, right, a request in his heart, asking her to help him in any way. You might do it for Tom's sake, he said. Now, who is this? The third character. We have already learned about 2 characters. The character number 1, first, okay, Mrs. Addis. Second, Peter Crouch. And now we come to know about the third character. The third character is Tom's sake. Right? Means, right? The third character, Tom. Who is this character? Tom. Tom is actually the son of the lady Mrs. Addis, right? And he is also, right, the old friend of Peter Crouch, right? So let's see, what do we come to know about him. You might do it for Tom's sake, he said, and now he is appealing her, right, requesting her that you might do it for the sake of, your son, right, who is Tom and who is also the friend of Peter Crouch. You haven't been an over good friend to Tom, snapped Mrs. Addis, right? You are not really a good friend. You are not worthy to be considered, okay, to consider yourself to be the right, a good friend of Tom. टॉमचा तू काही एवढा चांगला मित्र नव्हता. टॉमसुद्धा काही तुला चांगला मित्र मानत असे किंवा तू खरंच चांगला होता माझ्या दृष्टीने. ॲक्च्युली मिसेस ॲडिस इज टेलिंग हिम दॅट यू वर नॉट रिअली अ गुड फ्रेंड टू टॉम, ओके, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गुड मॅच और यू आर नॉट वर्दी, ओके, टू कन्सिडर युअर सेल्फ, ओके, अ गुड फ्रेंड. गुड फ्रेंड म्हणण्यासारखं, चांगला मित्र म्हणण्यासारखं असं तुझ्यात काहीच नव्हतं, तू त्या लायकीचाच नव्हता खरं तर, असं मिसेस ॲडिसचं म्हणणं आहे. बिकॉज फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, राईट, ही वॉज डिसरेप्युटेड पर्सन, ही वॉज नॉट रिअली अ गुड मॅन, बिकॉज ही ऑलवेज गॉट इन्वॉल्व इन सम बॅड ॲक्टिव्हिटीज. कारण की तो अशा चुकीच्या कुठल्या कार्यात किंवा गोष्टीत तो इन्व्हॉल्व असायचा. त्यामुळे मिसेस ॲडिसला खास करून तो आवडायचा नाही. तिचा परिचयातला हा व्यक्ती पीटर क्रॉच आहे, ओके. शी न्यू हिम वेल दॅट ही वॉज हर सन्स फ्रेंड अँड दॅट्स वाय शी इज टेलिंग हिम दॅट यू वर नॉट यू वर नॉट रिअली द गुड फ्रेंड ऑफ टॉम. बट टॉम has been a very good friend to me. He would want you to stand by me tonight, okay? But actually, though I am not really a good friend to him, but definitely, right, he was good to me. He accepted me, right? He accepted me as his good and best friend, and that's why, for his sake, at least, okay, you would stand by me. You would, help me for his sake at least. ओके. परंतु मुलामुळे किंवा मुलाकडे पाहून तरी तू किंवा तुम्ही मला मदत करणार अशी अपेक्षा, राईट, कोण करतंय? पीटर क्रॉच. पीटर क्रॉच इज एक्सपेक्टिंग दॅट काइंड हेल्प फ्रॉम मिसेस ॲडिस. वेल, आय वोंट से ही वुडंट. डेफिनेटली ही वॉज युअर बेस्ट फ्रेंड. ही कन्सिडर्ड, ओके, यू टू बी हिज बेस्ट फ्रेंड. त्याने तुला खरं तर मित्र मानलं होतं, तू त्याचा लायकीचं नाही. बट डेफिनेटली ही कन्सिडर्ड यू, ओके, हिज बेस्ट फ्रेंड. बट फॉर टॉम ऑलवेज थॉट बेटर ऑफ यू दॅन यू डिझर्व्ड. सी, you deserve, than you deserve means you were not deserving, okay, his friendship or his company actually. But fine, Tom was really a good, right, is actually, right, is a good person, and that's why he accepted your friendship. Otherwise you were not of that sort of person to have friendship with. पण तो व्यक्ती नव्हता ज्याच्याशी मैत्री करावी किंवा मैत्रीची ती लायकी असावी या पद्धतीने, राईट. मिसेस ॲडिस वॉज व्हेरी राईट स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड लेडी. शी टॉक टू हिम व्हेरी राईट स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड वे, राईट. टोल्ड हिम व्हेरी फ्रँकली दॅट यू वर नॉट the good friend of Tom, but Tom considered you, his friend, best friend. Maybe you can stay till he comes home tonight, then we can hear what he says about it. Okay, till that time I am allowing you to enter the house, okay, to safeguard yourself from these other people, okay. Till that time he comes, I am allowing you to stay here in my cottage. परंतु ठीक आहे, टॉम येस तोवर, ओके, पुढचं पाहू, ओके, we will think about it later on. But till the time Tom comes, okay, I am allowing to stay here in my cottage, right, and I will take care of you. So she assured him, okay, that he would be safe, okay, and later on they all will decide, okay, whether to let him stay there furthermore or not. आफ्टर टॉम कम्स. टॉम आल्यानंतर ते नंतरच डिसाईड करू की तुला इथं जास्त वेळ आणखी ठेवायचं आहे की नाही. सो हिअर वी आर मूविंग अहेड मोर. ही विल बी अप ॲट वर्क फॉर अन आवर येट. ही विल बी अप ॲट वर्क फॉर अन आवर येट. आणि आणखी एकच तास बाकी आहे. कदाचित आणखी एक तास तो त्याचा कामाचा ठिकाणी असणार आहे. he will be at 1 more hour, okay, to spend there at his workplace. आणि त्याच्या कामाच्या ठिकाणी त्याला आणखी 1 तास घालवायचा आहे, कदाचित 1 तास आणखी लागेल. And the coast will be clear by then. I can get away out of the country. Okay, I can get away out of the country. And see, he is right going to, okay, run away from this place also. He would not be anymore here at this place and is about to leave and run away from this country, right? तर पीटर क्रॉशने निर्णय घेतला. he has decided, okay, because he had committed a crime, he had killed a man, and definitely he would be punished for the same, and that's why he had decided to run away from this place. आणि या जागेवरनं पूर्णतः ही जागा सोडून कुठेतरी दूर, ओके, गावी पळून जावं आणि आपला तो गुन्हा तो लपवण्यासाठी, राईट, तो हे गाव सोडणार आहे आणि लवकरच निघणार आहे. And he is right, he has decided, okay, the coast will be clear by then, right? Coast, right? What is coast? Is the land next to or close to the sea, right? Coast means the land that is close to or near to the sea, and that waterway he is going to go away and get and escape from this matter actually. आणि स्वतःला याच्यापासून वाचवणार, टू गेट rid of this all the matter, okay, right? He wanted to run away from this place. आणि इथून पळून जाऊन, ओके, त्या गुन्हा तो झाला आहे त्याच्याकडनं, आता दुसरा पर्याय नाही गाव सोडण्यापेक्षा, राईट, त्याने ठरवलं, राईट. नेक्स्ट, where will you go? I don't know. There is time to think of that, right? Well, you can think of it in here, she said, dryly, opening a door which led from the kitchen into the small shed at the back of the cottage. They will never guess you are here or you are there, especially if I tell them I haven't seen you tonight. So she allowed him to enter the cottage. She took him to the back side of the cottage where the room was reserved, a space was reserved for something, okay. It was completely in darkness, right? So it was the right place for him to hide. तर तिने त्याला त्या किचनचा मागे एक रूम छोटासा जिथं रिझर्व्ड होता, राखीव होता, ओके, त्या ठिकाणी नेलं. And she is assuring him that if the people come, okay, and I tell them specially, right, that there is that she hadn't seen anybody, so they would definitely, okay, believe in her words. आणि तिने सांगितलं, जसं कोणी विचारणारे सुद्धा केली आणि मी जर सांगितलं, कदाचित ते माझ्या शब्दांवर विश्वास ठेवून लगेच पुढे निघतील. मीन्स दे वोंट इवन डाऊट अबाउट इट, आणि त्यांना कुठलाही संशय येणार नाही, असं तिने आजच्या किचनच्या साईडला नेलं. So he got now the safe place to hide and protect himself from this, the people. Now, you are a good woman, Mrs. Addis. I know I am not worth your standing by me. See, he himself, right, is confessing that he was not actually the right person, so much worthy, okay, to get the place even in that house to hide. Okay, तो तेवढा लायकीचा नव्हता, त्याचा तेवढी किंमत नव्हती, तेवढी लायकी नव्हती की त्याने मिसेस ॲडिसची मदत घ्यावी, तिथं घरी थांबावं, अशी त्याची लायकी नव्हती, असं स्वतः तो मान्य करतो, राईट. ही इज ॲक्सेप्टिंग, ही इज ॲक्च्युली कन्फेसिंग दॅट ही इज नॉट ॲक्च्युली दॅट मच वर्दी, राईट. अँड ही इज टेलिंग दॅट यू नो I am not that much worth that you stand by me, but maybe I would have been different if I had a mother like Tom's. See, you are Tom's mother, and I am really proud of you, right, ma'am? I am really proud of you that you, right, are really a kind lady, right, and I have respect for you, and I know that I am not that much worthy, I am not that much good person, okay, to consider myself a good friend, a good man, to live here in this country, right. I am not that much worthy. मी चांगला काही व्यक्ती नाही आहे, मी नेहमी चुकीच्या मार्गाने, ओके, चालत राहिलो, चुकीचा मार्ग यूज केला, right? I'm not that much good, I'm not that much worthy. But I can tell you one thing, that if I had the mother like you, परंतु मला जर तुमच्यासारखी आई मिळाली असती किंवा माझी आई तुमच्यासारखी टॉमसारखी माझी आई राहिली असती, माझ्या मित्रासारखी आई राहिली असती, सो आय डेफिनेटली वूड हॅव बीन द सेम नाव आय एम ॲज नाव. ओके, परंतु जर मला टॉमसारखी आई राहिली असती तर आज मी सुद्धा टॉमसारखा राहिला असतो, मी सुद्धा एक चांगला एक नागरिक म्हणून आपलं जीवन स्पेंड केलं असतं, राहिलो असतो. बट आय डिडंट गेट इट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. Okay, he is telling that he didn't get that background, he didn't get the good learning and teachings. Okay, actually the teachings, the sanskar je manta येईल, I didn't get it from the beginning. Okay, that is actually the things I missed in my life, and that's why I am involved in this bad activities. आणि त्यामुळेच या चुकीच्या त्या मार्गाने, चुकीच्या त्या गोष्टीत मी इन्व्हॉल्व झालो. अदरवाईज I too had been right, I too, right, have been a good person, living a good life in a better way, in a righteous way. So this is how Peter Crouch confessed that he was really a bad person. He had committed wrong all throughout his life. And that's why he is now regretting for this. He is confessing about all his bad activities and the things he had done in his life. So, and he at the same time he is holding Mrs. Addis in high regard, that you are the lady of principle. तर खरंच तुम्ही सिद्धांतवादी, चांगल्या कष्ट करणाऱ्या शास्त्री आहात आणि तुम्ही तुमच्या मुलाला म्हणजे पीटर क्रॉचला खरंच चांगलं असं वळण दिलं, चांगले असे संस्कार दिले. अँड दॅट्स वाय पीटर क्रॉच इज लिव्हिंग नाईस sincere, the life that is to be called virtuousness. Right, life of principle. So we will stop now here, and in the next period we will continue from the same page. We are now at page number 46. In the coming lecture, right, we will start from here. Thank you students for joining the class. Thank you very much.